Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving headfirst into an absolutely wild, incredibly realistic thought experiment. Guided by the documentary voice of a pretty unique host, a highly intelligent golden retriever, we are going to break down a beautifully detailed vision of an alternate Earth. We're exploring what exactly happens when the human era abruptly ends and the canine century begins.
I want you to really picture this for a second. You wake up tomorrow morning and poof, every single human on Earth is just gone. Instantly. But the planet isn't empty. We're seamlessly replaced by this highly advanced, ultra-realistic society of dogs. And to be clear, we are not talking about cartoon dogs here. Imagine looking out your window and seeing a lifelike golden retriever wearing a sharply tailored suit walking upright with a briefcase on his way to the office. They're talking, wearing clothes, and using all of our complex tools. It's a totally surreal concept, but it really makes you ask, what would our world actually look like if man's best friend suddenly became the one running the show?
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll cover the Great Replacement. Second, a new canine civilization. Third, daily life and culture. And finally, technology and thriving nature. All right, let's jump right in. Part 1. The Great Replacement. The exact moment everything changed.
Think about how jarring this timeline would actually be in reality. At exactly 0 seconds, the event happens. Total, instantaneous human disappearance. Fast forward just 1 minute, in our loud, bustling world, the busy highways, the crowded coffee shops, the construction sites, all of it just drops into this pin-drop, eerie silence. But that unsettling quiet doesn't last very long. Because right at the 1 hour mark, boom, intelligent dogs suddenly emerge. The doors swing open, and they just confidently step right in, filtering into our abandoned homes, marching down our streets, and literally taking a seat at our office desks. It's this massive, sudden shift from human chaos right into a brand new canine order.
Moving on to Part 2, a new canine civilization, building the dog world.
So, with the humans completely gone, these lifelike dogs don't just survive in the ruins, right? They immediately step up to run and build modern cities, transitioning flawlessly into the exact roles that keep a complex society moving. It's so fascinating to visualize. Just picture a very stern beagle in a high-vis vest blowing a whistle, confidently directing traffic through a downtown intersection. Or imagine a tense hospital room where a steady-pawed Labrador in scrubs is meticulously performing life-saving surgery. Outside, you've got dog engineers unrolling massive blueprints to construct towering new skyscrapers. And in the schools, patient dog teachers are at the chalkboards shaping the minds of eager little puppies. They haven't just inherited our world, they are totally mastering it.
And their ambitions definitely don't stop at street level. They're mastering everything from advanced agriculture all the way up to the skies. Out in the country, canine farmers are driving massive, high-tech machines to harvest crops, which perfectly sources ingredients for top-tier dog chefs cooking gourmet meals in 5-star kitchens. But they're aiming even higher than that. You've got dog pilots confidently flying commercial airplanes across the globe. Meanwhile, in secure facilities, canine astronauts are actually strapping in and prepping for deep space exploration.
Which brings us to Section 3, Daily Life and Culture, the dog 9 to 5.
Now, a civilization isn't just about jobs and infrastructure, is it? It's about how its citizens actually live day to day. And there's this incredible, surreal irony in trading the human rat race for a literal dog race. Our golden retriever narrator humorously points out how beautifully mundane their new lives can be. It is just wild to imagine our old routine, commuting to the bank, pushing a cart through a grocery store, sitting in rush hour traffic, being flawlessly executed by dogs. It's a genuine thrill to think about a husky casually riding a motorcycle with groceries tucked away, or a pair of spaniels meticulously picking out produce in aisle 4. Seeing them do these everyday human tasks really grounds this whole fantasy in a reality that we intimately recognize.
Beyond the 9 to 5 grind, they've completely adapted our leisure activities, bringing their own joyful, bouncy energy to media and entertainment. They're hosting their own breaking TV news channels, and they're out there creating brand new movies and music. And their sports culture? It's incredibly vibrant. Picture a packed, roaring stadium on a Saturday afternoon. The crowd is going absolutely wild, and up on the giant jumbotron, you see a nail-biting score flashing Paw Patrol 19, Bark Knights 30. Whether they're playing football, basketball, or even cricket, they dive into it with pure enthusiasm. And at the end of the day, just like us, they prioritize deep social connections, celebrating vibrant festivals and hosting big family gatherings.
Section 4. Technology and thriving nature. A utopian planet.
Now, this is where the thought experiment hits a really profound level of insight. When you zoom out to look at the macro impact on the planet, you discover something amazing. The dogs haven't just maintained our technology, they've actively improved it. We humans spent decades wrestling with how to align AI safely or how to get our grids off fossil fuels. But here, the dogs just figure it out. They invent futuristic AI robots and integrate them perfectly. They design sleek smartphones and computers, build vast networks of high-speed trains and electric vehicles, and, most impressively, they power these sprawling, ultra-smart dog cities entirely with renewable energy. Because of that flawless transition to green energy, along with their own natural pack instincts, the environmental result of this canine rule is breathtaking. The planet literally heals. Forests rapidly expand outwards, taking back old concrete, and the rivers quickly become crystal clear once again. But there's a really beautiful, striking irony here. You have an apex animal species utilizing human-created high-tech tools to fiercely guard endangered wildlife. They succeed exactly where humanity often failed. They don't just exist alongside nature or exploit it. They step up as its ultimate fierce protectors.
Looking out over these stunning, pristine drone shots of a utopian Earth, a society in perfect harmony, you really have to wonder, could this civilization survive forever? Can this perfect balance of advanced technology, rich culture, and thriving nature genuinely stand the test of time? Or would they eventually stumble into the exact same societal hurdles that humanity did?
It ultimately forces us to hold up a mirror to our own stewardship of the planet. Would dogs actually create a better world? When you look at their innate pack loyalty, their protective nature over the vulnerable, and their apparent knack for running a green society without the greed, it's a fascinating thought experiment. It makes us seriously question how we've been running things and what we might actually learn from man's best friend.
I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought directly from our Golden Retriever Guide to ponder long after this explainer comes to an end. If dogs ruled the Earth, would the world be kinder or simply different? It's an incredible concept to wrap your head around, isn't it? Thank you so much for hanging out with me to unpack this fascinating alternate reality. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.